Nightingale from the field to tend to that cut. Tohu Harris will come on for the Kiwis. Just keeping in mind some possible scorelines tonight, but if England wins by 10 points or more, they will go past New Zealand on the Four Nations standings. A win by 10 or more would seal a spot for England in the Four Nations final next week in Wellington.
Okay, boys.
So possibly Tohu Harris will jump into the pack. Simon Mannering will pop out the centre position on the right-hand side, and Farah maybe onto the wing.
They've got more drama here. Thomas Luluai he's going off as well. I think it's a concussion test for Thomas Luluai. It was in the packing of the scrum they got him off. This is quite uncertain times here for the Kiwis. Vatuvei centre field.
So Hiku into dummy half.
Well, it's the blood rule as well for Thomas Luluai. Bentham sent him out of the scrum, but all the training staff for the Kiwis have been tending to Nightingale. So now they've got a double change. And they count as two interchanges.
Move! Come back! Wait here!
New Zealand with the ball. Isaac Luke comes on. Kiwis 15 metres inside their own half. Taumalolo, well, they know that he's got the moves. Right and left foot.
Release now!
Just short of halfway. Imagine being that big and being able to step the way he does, like Benji Marshall. Wow. Johnson goes for the roof. He's about 4 metres short. And Hall has fielded it. That's an over 30-metre high kick from Shaun Johnson.
He's done well, Hall, there. He looks a little bit nervous in attempting to catch a football, but he tends to swallow it, and I love the way he just bounces as soon as he's caught it and ducks off and gets good speed.
So England in possession, 15 inside their own half, and Watkins is the man with the ball who's come in from right centre, and an army of Kiwi defenders there. Mannering the main one. Now Graham on that right edge, good footwork. Graham got straight past Isaac Luke like he was a turnstile, and now Clark takes the run at Isaac Luke. You better get in touch with the speed of this game. Isaac coming off the bench. As Owen said on the sideline, England really playing up tempo. Now Smith, a bob out towards the wing. No one wants to compete from New Zealand. Knocked back by Hall. Sarkinson's offloaded. Winnett, nice footwork. 20 metres out. Now a second kick. Vatuvei doesn't get it. Mull gone forward to Kenny Dowell. It has.
It's a knock on. It's a knock on.
They call it knock on and not offside. Manu says, sir, I didn't touch it.
Have a look.
Yelling out, have a look. There's a great kick from Widdop. First they go to the left and get a little tap on, uncontested, and then they come right across to the right. Well, to be fair, has touched the right arm of Josh Chandley and then promoted infield. Kenny Dowell to pick up the spoils. The hands of Chandley were inside the hands of Manu Vatuvei. Let's have a look here.
Charlie is there. Look, Daryl, I'm not going to go heavy on the on-field officials for missing that, but we clearly see on that replay, Charlie there first. And there's Widdop slipping. Can't blame the surface for that one. It is in perfect order. But another chance for England. And aren't they mobile tonight?
75% field position.
10 away from the line. Clark, Widdop goes out the back, fielded by Tompkins. May have been played out by the Kiwis. Sam Tompkins, that is, offloads to his brother Joel. And now Joel, the dual international, is only 4 from the line. Wrapped up by Taumalolo. 6 for the Kiwis. They scored inside 2 minutes. Graham's been outstanding. Widdop, little juggle on that edge. Farrell cops the tackle of Johnson and Tohu Harris. Harris is playing right centre. Farah, right wing. Widdop, they come that way. Sam Tompkins went short.
Great tackle, Harris. Tohu Harris. Or the proctor.
Sarkinson held up. Bad ball. Widdop gets it. 15 out. Tries a kick. Kenny Dowell has turned around. Hiku gets the cross. The white wall. It's a mobile white ball. They come from everywhere.
What about the bounce? Everyone missed it. A brilliant tackle from Proctor on the right edge. Saves the try. And then Widdop puts it in. Foran thinks he's going to catch this cleanly. Then it skips up over the top of him. And this bounce here is really important. Hiku's coming across and he'll come into frame. Tries to duck under Burgess, but cops a brilliant shot square on. And is only going one way
Okay,
once
Isaac,
Burgess
on you.
provides the shoulder.
Well, all New Zealand is doing at the moment is hanging on, having to scramble, having to claw their way out of this one as England throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the home team. Burgess, it's his best start to a match. I think he's been a little quiet in the Four Nations, to be honest. I don't think he can do that. I don't think he can be held and just put the ball on the ground like that. And Bentham has ruled the right way for Mon.
Commentators curse.
I think you put it down before I call the tackle.
Only once have New Zealand been actually tackled in the opposition half. 63% possession for England. Let's have a look here. Proctor's up top. Blair gives up downstairs and comes in for a second time. Wants to play the ball.
Bentham was explaining, you can't just go to play it if I haven't called help.
Heads in.
Will Bentham in charge. He hails from Lee, the story of the referee who did the last test in Dunedin in 1928. He was also from Lee. Hang on a second. James has been called out here.
Come with him, please. Don't say anything yet. Don't say anything. Time off. Pardon?
He's trying to pluck in his fucking hand all over it.
Yeah. What we've got is we've got an angry reaction, okay, by James. That's what's fueling everything. Stay relaxed. Come on.
Oh, stay relaxed, stay calm. We should get a T-shirt. That's a great idea.
Okay,
We should have a cup of tea.
Hey.
Stay relaxed. An angry reaction. I was just going to say the referee from 28. He was from Lee. He set off an Englishman. You know what happened, Darryl? He never refereed again. He went home and never refereed another game.
Out.
New Zealand with the ball. Thomas Luluai currently going through a concussion test.
First, Mujo!
Kiwis 15 metres inside their own half. Just stay relaxed. Hard to relax on such a big night. Hunter-Powell's out there now for New Zealand. 5 inside their own half. Taumalolo. As a coach, Stephen Kearney, you've got to be ready for anything. Well, there's been a multitude of changes that he wouldn't have been planning to make. Tapau gets his first run. And it's a big charge. They're also going to get Greg Eastwood on in a moment. Now Luke takes off. Been a while since New Zealand has been down this end of the field. And good call. They get a penalty.
O'Loughlin just slowing to play the ball down too much. Too quick play the balls in a row for the Kiwis there after 2 slow ones to start the set. Exactly what they were after.
They are attacking the eastern end of the ground, and you see it looks a bit bare. That's where they have the concerts here. They can bring in the grandstand seating if necessary. 15 away from the line. New Zealand on the attack with Luke Holton up beautifully for Foran and for Mannery, who had his equal best try-scoring year in the NRL for the Warriors. Now Luke to Foran to Johnson. This is where they're dangerous. Oh, Harris Hall got in face of Harris.
Catch and pass, and Whare scores. Great tackle, Hall.
8 away from the line. Back for Johnson. Now to centre field for Eastwood. Well known to English fans and players after a stint with Leeds. And Luke to Foran. Heku, long ball. Vatuvei, he'll own the corner, but I'm not sure if he got it down. Manu has not got up claiming a try.
I think he's lost it.
Time off.
It's not
It's on
often
4, Henry.
that you can stop the big fella from scoring that close. But from that look, absolutely England have done it.
So now New Zealand time to execute, courtesy of the penalty. They shift it to the right to start with, and then feedback for the block shape to get Hiku involved and wrapping round to the left. Here's the ball to Manu. Steps off his left, straight into Chanley, and the contact's lost it to start with. Didn't even get to the line. So a knock on. Sees another error. New Zealand's 4th in this match so far.
Yeah.
Well, Charlie put his body on the line there. I mean, what else do you do? You've just got to grab whatever you can with Manu.
Yes, mate.
Whatever appendage you can grab hold of, you grab. To try and tackle him and put him to ground, and he's forced the turnover. And England will get a scrum feed 10 metres away from their line.
Just say it again.
Manu's got some awful memories of that Four Nations game in Wellington 4 years ago. Broke his arm in the opening minutes. That was a real low point in his career.
Just the way this game has gone, all the New Zealand bench has been used today, and England yet to make a change.
Well, that's the worst scrum I've ever seen break up. They broke up like it was the last day of school. They wanted to get out of there that quickly. and the scrum had all disbanded, and Bentham blows a differential penalty. Good on him. Don't let it go. Let's have attention to detail in that department.
That's it. Good.
So I like that. Many people liking the one referee down in this part of the world too. Hill takes the run up. Elliot Whitehead is now also out there on debut. He's in jumper 18. He'll play the right edge for England. He's a big boy. Hails from Bradford, but has been a real star for the Catalans club the last couple of seasons. And now Clark to Hill. Hill's been as good as any front rower, and even though he's coming off the bench, he's been great this tournament. Clark onto O'Loughlin, then Widdop, good again, Farrell that edge, Harris hangs on with Eastwood, but England find themselves inside the New Zealand 20 yet again. They have to convert into points though. Smith to O'Loughlin, cut out ball, Charlie's got speed, Manu has left the door open. He left a little channel for Charlie to sprint to the line and score, and England is in front.
Points up to the coach's box. Left the door just a little bit open. Maybe the confidence was down after not scoring at the far end of the football field. Great work for Josh Charnley. Saves the try with a brilliant tackle on Manu in one end of the field, and then schools him with a little outline. Widdop to the line. The ball here, catch and pass. They miss out Watkins to the outside, and Charnley, well done. Had numbers. The defensive read was good on the inside. It was just Manu was caught too far in field.
There he is, Josh Charnley. He's loved Dunedin. He loves his Nandox, Josh Charnley, and he was sent out on a reconnaissance mission and found that earlier in the week and hosted the team there. But he is a try-scoring specialist. There's no question of that. Some phenomenal efforts in the Super League, really. Last year was quite amazing from Josh Charnley. 34 tries. He scored 5 in a game this year against Widnes. That was around about June for Wigan.
They really have constructed all their tries to date superbly well. With a plomb, really, haven't they? Worked through the middle, attacked at the edges, the centres, the 5/8, supplying their wingers with the football, exposing the defence at poor read.
Another one from the sideline for Gareth Widdop. Takes it back a long way, about 25 metres. For a 10-6 lead for England. They have better of possession. They have better of play. Gareth Widdop looks pretty good. There's a gunner, hold it slow. He's hit the post again. He's hit it again. Oh dear.
Unlucky. One left, one right. 2 hits at the left post. But it's the execution from this English side that we've seen in this competition that really has made the difference. Not too many balls hitting the ground, just one so far tonight, and it's gone astray out the back. Everything else out in front. Tompkins wrapping round. Brilliant.
8-6 scoreline, England from the restart, and that is Whitehead with the ball. So just assume England was to win by 2. That wouldn't be enough to displace the Kiwis off the top of the ladder. But it would mean that Australia would have to win by more than 18 points tomorrow.
The way they're playing England, they've got many more points in them. Many more. Here's Graham. Straight up the middle. Holds this time. And that number's on the left.
We'll keep you across the detail of possible scenarios for tomorrow. That one coming from Wollongong. The 4 o'clock local kick-off there. South of Sydney, as now Sam Tompkins has tried to find Watkins. It's ended up with Mannering. Play on is the call. I thought they said knocked down by the Kiwis, and England challenged that it was a knock-on then.
If Callum Watkins actually gets that ball, he scores. Manu charging it up, needs a touch after a couple of poor touches.
And now stripped of the ball, New Zealand get a penalty. I've got to tell you, with this crowd indoors and the pace of this game, there's, I feel this is Test football that down in this part of the world has to play second cousin, if you like, to State of Origin, but this is as good as what gets dished up by New South Wales, Queensland. Don't worry about that.
What about James Graham? There's 28 minutes gone, 70 metres, 9 runs. He's going to run out of the park if he doesn't get a sub soon.
Game 5 of the 4 Nations, and it's another pearler tonight. Now Isaac Luke to Martin Sapau, on to Tohu Harris. Contrasting hairstyles across those two. to Powell and Harris. Harris is just one big hairy man. Now it's with Eastwood. He's just one very big man. 5 minutes away from the England line. Luke dummy half. Left side this time. Foreign to Mannering. Mannering offloads. What a pickup from Foreign. Brilliant start. 9 metres from the line. Luke. Kiwis down by 2 after they led with the opening try inside 2 minutes. Ball almost lost there. Last tackle to Powell to play it. Luke Johnson. He thought about kicking. Had a chance. Farray. Unmarked on the outside. Nightingale comes back. All swathed and bandages there to score his second try. Too good.
Take my hat off to Dean Farray. Superb play from the centre. I so thought Shaun Johnson was looking for the little kick in behind, maybe a little grubber along the ground. He decides to go wide, and Farray sums the situation up so well. Here it is here. Out of dummy half from Luke to Johnson, and here, step to the inside, and just passes nicely out to Jason Nightingale. He is such a valuable player as Dean Farray. Durable as well. Penrith signed him from Manly. He's played 50 games for Penrith, would you believe, in 2 seasons. So that means he's played every game 2013 and 14, plus 2 finals this year as well. He's developing into one of the premier centres in the competition.
There he is, Dean Farray, 11th test tonight. But the wingers having a night out here. Nightingale a double, Hall and Charnley the try scorers for England, and of course Manu dropped that ball right on the goal line. So all 4 tries to the wingers.
Okay, behind the posts.
And Shaun Johnson kicking to take the lead out to 4. On this angle with this kick.
Time off.
Should explain to those who haven't watched a game at Forsyth Bar, it does look strange to see a cave-like existence at the eastern end of the ground where Johnson is kicking, but that is the versatility of this stadium. They've had concerts the likes of Elton John where they've packed the place out. Over 30,000 fans came to that. So here he is, Johnson kicking into that space and kicking well. Well, that could be a factor. 2 from 2, and with it, none from 2.
He's done well, Shaun Johnson. Hasn't been a great ground statistically for goal kickers. There's a lot of white posts in the background when you look around the ground. So then kicking the football at the post, sometimes you get a little bit mixed up. What pole's what? No problem for Shaun Johnson, however. 2 from 2.
Okay, boys, inside.
And obviously that equation for the final. Should New Zealand win by any margin, they go straight through to the final. And Australia will win by any margin tomorrow, will get them there. And Samoa, well, they would be looking at points for and against, but their chances would still be alive. So New Zealand with the ball inside the 20, and Proctor has it.
Second.
2 big sides, 2 big sets of forwards throwing themselves at each other here. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Nightingale, we may have had a visit to Florence Nightingale to get back on. After that nasty zipper appeared right in the centre of his forehead. Here's Harris.
Lovely work from Thomas Leuluai. Dummy left, shift right. Farray out of dummy half. Up over the halfway. Good yard.
And now it's the Kiwis that are picking up the speed. They will test the fitness of England, who had so much field possession. Oh, it's a mighty kick. It's a mighty one from Johnson. That's a magnificent take by Sam Tompkins. That was a spiralling special that almost kissed this transparent roof here in Dunedin.
Stay square.
As close as that kick has got to the roof, I would suggest. Good chase from Foreign. The take from Tompkins was unreal considering the circumstances. Now, Eastwood it is. Puts a shoulder to the wheel, drives the English back. Indeed.
Awesome kick. Awesome kick from Shaun Johnson.
If there's one player who could hit the roof, I would suggest it would be Shaun. We tried a couple here at the captain's run yesterday. Didn't really get close.
Sam Tompkins involved again. Having to field a kick from his New Zealand Warriors teammate. Smith kicks down centre field. He got a good piece of it as well. Hiku's with the ball. Rushes back at them. Hiku does very well. Almost back to the 40. Good run by the young Manly back.
New Zealand seems to have weathered the storm somewhat, and now starting to get a little bit of momentum. Here's coming Manu, one out. I wish it was two out, one pass needed.
To the 40-metre line, New Zealand in possession. Luluai back out there, Nightingale. And he's been able to offload. Foran sights a little hole, and Foran away. Hill was able to drag him, but New Zealand back inside that England half. 12 points to 8. Kiwis in front. 6 to go first half. It's been most enjoyable. 32 away from the line. Tohu Harris having an impact off the bench. Got themselves in position for another attacking kick. Oh, he's lost it.
Lost before the play ball.
There you go. The call from Bentham.
Cleared the ruck.
Right onto it.
Just when you want to apply a little bit more pressure, make a contest on the last play.
Good pair of eyes here.
There is all square. Was there a knee in there from Ferris? Of course there was.
Looking good from that.
Scrum will pack down 21 metres away from the England line.
Wait. Let's get heads in.
Just to the north of the city tonight here in Dunedin. 10 to 9 local time on a Saturday night. And Burgess is there. That is Thomas with it. That is where the step starts for England. And now Whitehead with the ball. Actually, remember this young kid coming out to Australia with the English Academy there a few years back. It's been a handful of years ago. He won the Players' Player on that tour. Stamped as a player of great potential, and he's taken a few years to realise it. And now with him up to halfway.
I believe he's attracted some attention in the NRL as well. Just 1 year left on contract. Looking to possibly have a start out here.
Ferris went into a dummy half duty there, the Huddersfield back rower. There with the ball, 40 metres away from the line. Here he is, Brent Ferris. Swings it left to Widdop, to Bond. Nowhere near the height of Johnson's kick. Hiku's been very good tonight in a position where he is under pressure every time the ball is set his way.
Good pressure on the kicker there.
Wait.
For New Zealand from Tohu Harris. Widdop skied that one into the middle of the field. Kenny Dow coming in to do some work. He's been quiet this evening.
Just noticed Sam Tompkins had a little problem at the back. He was with a trainer. I think it's with his hand. But he's still out there at fullback as Luluai gallops out of dummy half.
Manu loses the boot.
Big boot at that. Now Nightingale. He is looking for work. Come over the left side of the field. Luluai, Johnson. Let rip another one. Here we go. Not as high as the last one. Tompkins again. Sam Tompkins. And then he's lost it in the play the ball. New Zealand will get a scrum feed. Sam Tompkins blows up big time.
Well, they're all high-fiving Kieran Foran. I'm not really too sure why. He was actually behind the play. The ball didn't have any part of it.
Yeah, we did.
Looked like just a sloppy play from Sam Tompkins, trying to do it all a little quickly after coming up with a marvellous take. Here he goes. Does well, doesn't he? Look how the right leg just shifts to the side. Manages to hold himself up there in the air. And there, well, tunnel ball. Look at Foran. Biggest line on the ground. Can't laugh at that, can you?
Well, at least Phil Bentham can understand what Sam is saying. Some of the refs in the NRL had no idea what he was saying when he blew up about things. I go in favour of the referee there. I think attention to detail not good. It was more Tompkins putting it forward on Harris's leg rather than the other way round. So Johnson, it's a chance for New Zealand. Hiku with the ball. Gee, this had hurt England if they were to fall behind more than 4, given what they've shown over 37 minutes of this first half. To Powell, almost collected high by Burgess. Oh, they are going to call it out. It was a glancing blow, not much more than that.
There's a bit of niggle here. Ferris has come in and reacted to something as well with Marty Tapau for a second effort. It could have blown up.
The high tackle we're going back for.
The penalty had already been given.
High tackle in here.
Ferris pulls his jumper off his shoulder, his arm. Let's have a look here. Good shift from Marty Tapau. Right on the chops, and then he ducks down.
What are we doing, Tom?
Right in front. Would you go for goal here? Would you make it 6 or go for the maximum? Well, there's your answer. They will go the maximum. And Harris is bent back. 2.5 minutes remain just over in this first half. Luluwai rockets the pass out. Hiku and dummy. Hiku. Well tackled low down. It was Matty Smith. It was a good one. Dare say you could call that a try saver. Now Mannering the Bromwich. Took on Burgess. Offloaded. Foran, Harris, Johnson. Proctor in support. Dummy and pass. Nightingale had a chance for free, but couldn't gather it in.
Johnson had nearly created it. The speed, the movement to the right, but the pass needed to be perfect. Puts his hand up in acknowledgement. Let's have a look at it here. Harris shifts the ball to the one with the wheels, and here he puts the foot down. If this ball is out in front, Nightingale's got a chance. Reaches behind, can't grab it.
So now just under 2 minutes remain first half. Is there a trick shot in this England side? Have they got the daring to try something coming up to half-time? Tackle 1-15 out from their own line. Very flat out of dummy half. They almost got themselves in an ugly situation there. Their urgency to get out of trouble. Again with Thomas Burgess over the 30-metre line. Had an ankle problem during the week, Thomas. There was some doubt about him midweek. Missed a session. Hill gets up to the 40. He's from Warrington. Quick play the ball. Ferris switches. Back for Burgess. Oh, Burgess has collected high that time. Just a slapping motion from Bromwich. Last tackle England. There is to be no trick shot. Smith's kick will go close to the sideline and bounces gently over. With 1 minute left on the clock. This is where I go down and I put in a huge push in the scrum, but perhaps I'm looking at the game through rose-coloured glasses. But I'd be trying that.
I think both teams happy to get to the sheds and get some instructions. The pace this game's been played in the first half. Been pretty frenetic. New Zealand able to compose themselves after England at 65% of possession at one stage. Put themselves back to 45% of possession. So they've had some football and scored points when they've needed to. In just a couple of errors in the last 10 minutes from the English side.
Heads in, wait for the call. Out.
So New Zealand with the ball. So just correcting, we had a little problem with the clock. We in fact now have just under 2 minutes remaining in the first half, so apologies for that. But we are well on track right now. New Zealand in possession and Bromwich on to Harris. So you'd have to think England will get another shot before half-time and having possession. Luluwai, they roll forward. And Bromwich can't offload that time, or Kenny? In the tackle, they can't get him down the ground. Plays it 5 metres inside his own half. Luluwai has been good. Blair, oh, Mannering, beautiful. Forward, Kenny Dow, forward, Devatuve.
Forward pass.
No question of that. We are right in line with that on this northern side of the ground.
Well, this is poor attack from New Zealand. Look how flat they are on the outside. Mannering will shift the ball to Foran, and here Manu's actually, well, he's a step in front of Sean Kenny-Dowell, so you'd have to question, what are you doing? Give yourself an opportunity. Kenny-Dowell was flat as well. Manu was in front.
Well, to be honest, you could blow penalty there. You could say deliberately forward, he's standing in front of you. You don't pass it to him. It's just poor. And now Charnley with the ball. So now we're inside the final minute of what has been a very good first half of Test Match Rugby League, continuing what has been a very good Test Match tournament. And Ferris's tackle 40 metres from the Kiwis line. New Zealand scored inside 2 minutes and currently lead by 4. It is 2 tries over. 31 away from the line. A win by any margin tonight. New Zealand straight through to the final. Thomas Burgess off a short ball. Now inside the final 30 seconds of the first half. The crowd, the zoo, up at that western end are getting noisy. 15 from the line. 41-metre gain in this set. To the left side they go. Winner for Farrell. Farrell will go close, but no! They've stopped him. It's Dean Farray. That saves the day for the Kiwis with a classic around-the-legs tackle.
Wait. OK, hold.
Brilliant work. Shifted to the outside. Tompkins had gone on the inside looking for an inside run. But the defence on the right again to the 4. Not only does he deliver an attack, I'm going to call him the postman. Dean Whare delivers on all occasions.
Great stuff. Great first half. With so much to play for tonight in the Four Nations. Here at Forsyth Bar Stadium in Dunedin, 2 tries all. But New Zealand lead England at half-time by 12 points to 8.
Well, Sam, where do you think you can get them in the second half? Plenty of meter's been gained in that first.
Yeah, I think, we just need to play our rugby down this end of the field. A couple of errors and penalties meant we came off our own end a little bit too much, but we can squeaky clean on that end, then we'll be better down there.
Best luck, mate.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you to Sam Tompkins. 2 tries to Jason Nightingale for New Zealand, 1 to Charnley, 1 to Hall. Repeating half-time here. 12-8, New Zealand over England. We welcome you back to Forsyth Bar Stadium here in Dunedin. And the Kiwis know they are 40 minutes away from sealing a berth in the Four Nations final, a tournament they won the last time it was hosted in this part of the world in 2010. And along the way, they put England to the sword, and they're looking to do the same here tonight.
All games gone to the wire, and I'm sure this one will as well. For New Zealand, thought Tohu Harris come off the bench. I mean, the New Zealand bench was emptied early, courtesy of the head knock to Nightingale, and also Thomas Luluai going under the concussion test at Proctor. Boy from the King Country, the middle plateau of the North Island. Had a good stint as the Tohu Harris.
Daryl, you're the former international. As England returned with Sean O'Loughlin, sometimes I think coaches outsmart themselves. I think if England is to win this, Daryl Clark has to stay out there. He's their man of steel, he's their player of the year. He was outstanding for Castleford right through the season, and I think by getting him off the field and having Brett Ferris, who was a good back rower, playing dummy half for any length of time, I don't think it's going to help the cause here for England.
Well, Clark plays 80 week in, week out, so he's got no problem going the distance or going the 80. But I think the key to a win for the English is their defence. As long as they can stop or limit New Zealand scoring no more than 6 points in this half, I believe they've got 2 tries in them. Their execution's been great. Their structure in terms of their halves, the way they shift the football around. A couple of errors will hurt them, but I think they've got it in them.
New Zealand come back. So, at a 4-point margin, obviously New Zealand, if it was to remain that way, they go straight through to the final. And Samoa, well, look, I'll include them in the equation because their form has been good. They've led their opponents until the final 15 in both their matches. Back to the Kiwis until the final 5. They would have to win by more than 6 tomorrow. Samoa beat the Kangaroos by more than 6. Would be a Samoa-New Zealand final. Just one possible scenario.
Interesting also for the New Zealand side is Isaac Luke didn't play a lot in that first half. As soon as Luluai was ready to come back on, he came back on. So, impact from the bench. Tom Malolo gets the second win. He'll be back on to make some impact. And Isaac Luke late in the game, perhaps.
Here we go, getting ready. Second half of this Four Nations encounter. Right down the bottom of the world at Dunedin. And Adam Blair with the ball on the kick-off return. 11 metres out from the line. Doesn't appear to have been any injury and forced changes at half-time. We'll keep you abreast of that.
Second move, Chris!
And Kiwis in possession on their own 20.
Wait, goal 2.
Yes, it's been some thrilling finishes in the Four Nations so far this year. As now Bromwich backs his way to the 30. Hill was there, so was Thomas Burgess, and O'Loughlin the captain. As Blair tips it along for Harris Been very impressed with Tohu Harris.
Back up.
Made his debut last year with Melbourne in the World Club Challenge. That look forward to Blair from Luluai. A couple of metres inside their own half. Last tackle, the Kiwis. Johnson. There's another one. Launched shy. It'll come down 25 out 38. In fact, big bounce. Tompkins goes back and scrambles to cover up.
Good well to tidy that up. That ball was spiralling and floating on the way up. But when it came down, it actually came back in the direction that Sean had kicked it. Tompkins, to his credit, has done well to tidy it up.
It's not deliberate.
Ferris pushes out a dummy half, scoops up one-handed, makes a good 10.
Well, apparently there'd been texts between the two all week. Sean Johnson kept ribbing his Warriors teammate. I'm going to send a few your way. Be ready, my lad, my duck.
There's the value of Luluai on the field. One-on-one low tackle on Burgess. O'Loughlin out the back.
Smith, good work. Tompkins gets it away. Charlie's a speedster. Here goes Charlie. Slides to the 10. Oh, he got around the outside of Aduve again. He was able to come from behind Big Manu. Smith feeds it along. Widdop, keep it going. Farrell, O'Loughlin, brilliant. Sarginson, oh, the big fella stretches out. Hola scored for England. Touch judge's flag has stayed down, but now they're just going to check it. It will only be to see if a foot is on the sideline.
We've got to try.
I think the grounding.
Touch, please.
Touch was no problem from where I saw it up here, Vossi. Just a half a question on the grounding. Brilliant play. Again, they go deep down the right.
This is the man at the centre of last week's grounding.
Have a look at this. There it is.
Oh.
As he lost the ball before he grounds it, the foot's great. I think there's a little bit of separation, perhaps. We'll get another look here. Reaching out and loses it.
He's lost the ball. Great call, Darrell. What about the foot? It was 1 millimetre in from touch. But Ryan Hall at the centre, if he scores last week, and some say he did, they're already through to the final. But there you have it. Manu lost it in this corner. It's the Bermuda Triangle for some great finishes tonight. And Hall has now lost it for England.
I just called Thomas Luluai with a marvellous tackle on Burgess. And guess who's in the low tackle here with the headgear on? Absolutely brilliant.
Because he's lost just before the line.
Thomas Luluai.
Hand over. No.
Well, I said the big bloke. How do you stop him? They have stopped him.
Hand over.
Hall loses the ball.
Yeah, hand over.
That hurts.
You know, when they went down
up in Wakefield and all across the north of England.
On you now, Hall.
When they worked over the left edge of the Kiwis, I thought Manu could have intercepted the football. It was nearly out in front of him. Instead, it got to the outside again. Offload through the middle. Nightingale has got pace.
Nightingale. They say he runs like a bloke across a trampoline. He's not a classic style, but he gave it his all there. And now Sean Kenny-Dowell, 45 metres away from the England line, but no, it really hurts not getting that try straight after half-time. Widdop would have had a shot to put them back in front. Harris has held all simultaneous pass there. You heard the three.
Okay, on three.
That's fair enough.
Okay, go three.
Now played, 30 away from the line. Luluai to Bromwich. There's the Bromwich shuffle. He's got a lot of game, Jesse Bromwich. Luluai on to Foran. Foran patrols the left. It almost opens a gap. That defence was good. 5 from the line. Luluai, Johnson dabs it through. Here comes Proctor. Tompkins with the ball. Tompkins grounded in goal. And that is a very effective set of 6 from New Zealand.
Plenty of spark. Right through the middle to start with Nightingale to start. And then they come to the right.
When you're there, Rob, yeah.
Sean gets some time and some space because the English are going backwards.
Set, Sean.
Subtle little kick in behind. Tompkins tries to clean it up. Good set of 6. Little bit of energy.
First line drop out of the net.
Goal first.
Burgess waiting. Now Bromwich makes good ground. 15 in fact.
No one running with him, however, Vossi. All one up.
Luluai, 25 from the line. Kiwis up by 4. That is Foran. Foran trying to turn Watkins around, but Smith, the inside man, made the tackle. A good one. 15 away. Mannering. Tohu Harris. There is Johnson. Quickly on to Bromwich. England's defence. They try and wrap up the ball. They've achieved that. Ferris was the player in there doing that work in the 15 jumper. Now Lulawai. This is Blair. Nice play. Foreign from the Menarang. There goes the beast. Yes! All the wingers have got the tries tonight. Manu puts his name on the scorer's sheet. And the Kiwis, they kick clear here.
New Zealand do to England what England did to New Zealand in the first half. Denied a try at one end, will come down and score at the other. Nice last play option. Simon Mannering, of course, delivering the pass to Manu. Foreign the shift, Mannering the outline, Manu into the corner. Too easy. His 18th test try. He was second equal in tries scored for New Zealand on 17 with Sean Hoppy. Nigel Vagana on 19. One more to join him.
Yeah.
It was the first repeat set of 6 the Kiwis have enjoyed tonight. No surprise they come up trumps. Great skill, we've seen it from England. Great execution, ball out in front. Defensively, the Kiwis have just turned up. They've turned up in the first half. They've bounced back. Now they find themselves on the scoreboard.
What a record he's got. In the NRL, he has scored at least 10 tries in a season for 9 straight years. Manu Vaduve, 135 NRL tries.
Time off.
And as Daryl has highlighted, his test try scoring record now almost has him at the top of the list for the Kiwis. Shaun Johnson going for 3 from 3. With it, hitting the post with both his attempts. This to extend the margin to 10. And that becomes a very big assignment for England to knock New Zealand out of the final. So New Zealand can lose here and still make it. Johnson with that kick from the sideline. Johnson unsuccessful. 16-8. Kiwis over England, but just to remind you of that point, if New Zealand was to lose tonight by, let's say, 6 points, they would still be ahead of England. So they would have a spot sealed for next week in Wellington. Tompkins restarts play. Goes long. Goes not too far. It was fielded in goal. And Blair has the responsibility. Oh, he's passed 5 metres out from his own line without looking.
Benji Marshall out the back on the first play. Steve Kearney be happy, I'm sure. Loving the work of Thomas Luluai here. Many suggest this is his position next year for the Warriors too, at dummy half. I know Nathan Friend would have something to say about that, but he is just working his craft beautifully.
Now Mannering back to the 30 for the Kiwis. Remembering they were the team to finish off last week, scoring in the last 5 to beat Samoa. And they kept the Kangaroos scoreless week 1 up at Suncorp Stadium in the second half, where they turned a 12-all scoreline into a 30-12 victory. So the form is on the board to finish strongly. Blair wheeled back.
James Graham has had a long spell on the bench for the English side. If he's injured or not, we might get Arwen to check whether he's going to be due back at some stage. They're really missing him.
He's on his feet as we speak, getting ready to come on.
Alrighty, Owen's right onto it. I don't think Graham can get out there quick enough. I want to see Clark back out there. Hall with the ball back to the 20. Again, England failed to make the final, the Four Nations in 2010 down here. Their lone win was against Papua New Guinea at Eden Park. Sargentson. Now Tompkins on to Watkins. We haven't seen too much of him tonight, so he's come to centre field to get the ball. Callum Watkins. Challenge Cup final with Leeds this year. Smith will drive deep. This is from inside the 40. He's got a lot on it. Matt Smith, but not the angle. And Hiku had to sprint across to get to it. He's had a good night, Peter Hiku.
First.
I thought he could have got there on the full, deciding to let it bounce at his own peril.
Go on.
However, he gets a friendly bounce. Skinny, Sean Kenny-Dow.
Move!
Here he is playing it outside the 20. Vatufe winds up. And a brilliant tackle low down by Ferris. Felled the beast. Now Johnson thought he had the markers offside. Has offloaded. Kenny-Dow fend and run and get inside the England half. The crowd lift again. They are a factor here. Now the ball. Taumalolo. The dancing feet of Big Jason. 25 metres from this England line. 16-8. Selling time for England. New Zealand, Proctor, good work. Hiku, then on far right, has offloaded. Foreign back with it. Foreign wrestles. Almost away. It's a changeover.
That run from Jason Taumalolo. Things have sparked up here on the left. Has left Burgess a little bit ginger.
Liam, come on, relax.
Now with the trainer.
Go.
Isn't he special? Hall.
Well, I can report Clark is now back out there.
Hold, go.
Darryl Clark, the Warrington-bound hooker who starred for Castleford this year.
Two now.
He's back
Jason.
on. So Sam Tompkins, a dummy half, but he won't be for long. 45 metres out now inside the Kiwis up. Clark an offload. Lachlan, I think it was. Clark's away. He's beaten two. Now he's offloaded. Burgess in support. Back to Clark. He's somehow manufactured a pass. And Winnipeg's up with the ball 3 metres from the line. Did I say I wanted to see Clark back out there? It's Clark Kent and Superman. Now Tompkins. Oh, and then knocked on. Knocked on the right-hand side.
They deserve to try, the English. Widdop couldn't get the ball out to the left. Graham it was in the middle with a perfect little pass to Clark. Just lovely, straight through there. They came on at the same time. And the football was brilliant. They took their time, they waited. It was Burgess storming onto it. Have a look at this. Just charges into it. Brushing players aside, then the offload. And here, Gareth Widdop. If he could have just funneled the ball to his left to the outside, there was two waiting for it. Then finally it comes across to the right-hand side. And there were players on the outside of Ferris as well.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it quick enough. The hands didn't work in sync with the brain. And the ball just bobbled forward a little bit.
I've heard it said, I think it was Warren Ryan who first said it, the former great coach. That was a tuba in the string section right there. Ferris getting a ball like that. And it was a plonk ball. They needed some sweet violin or cello. And England, a big chance slips by. Still stacks of time, though. 28.5 minutes to go.
Some of the players are special, aren't they? You know, I mean, James Graham, the first touch when you get back onto the football field in the front row, you probably just want to take the line on and go the contact. But he's got a subtle skill on the inside to shift it. Just brilliant.
Isaac Luke back out there now. Thomas Lulawai has gone to the bench. And Blair has been really strong. It's been a resurgence this year for Adam Blair, both in the NRL with the Tigers and now at test level. Luke, an expedition for him out of dummy half. Last tackle, New Zealand. The 10 metres was out the door there. Missed by Bentham. Johnson, spiralling kick again. Hall, good luck. Out on the fingertips. He's got big hands. He needed them. He's got the ball. Now offloads. Steve McNamara, he's off to the dry cleaners after that pass. England in possession.
Nice play from Hall, and that's what I'm talking about. He looks a little bit uncomfortable catching the high ball, but once he gets it, he hits and spins, got good footwork on him and a pass.
Possession back level now for the match with what has transpired in the first 13 minutes of this one. 16-8. As I say, still a lot to go. Graham passes, and that is rushing defence. Very good from Kenny Dowell on Smith. That is the left centre making a tackle, centre ground. Here is Watkins. And Watkins is offloaded back to Sam Tompkins. This is Matty Smith. Matty Smith rucked in by Blair. Last tackle, England. 33 from the line. It's a slow play the ball when they needed something quick. Now Sam Tompkins, the kick. Oh, it's hit the chest of Manu. Manu Bay gets it. Oh, Manu's knocked off his feet.
Watkins delivers a special. Off balance he was, however, Manu. Kenny Dowell's been important the last couple of minutes. He's coming and really closing situations down. This time he scoots out of dummy half. Hasn't this Four Nations been a treat?
Oh, this is great football. There's Johnson, exciting, over the top. Now Faray, back to centre field. He's over the 40, offloads to the other beast. That's Eastwood. He's inside. We're going to have a team of beasts here tonight. He loses a bright boot, Greg Eastwood. Now onto a surging Jason Taumalolo. He's run over the top of Sean O'Loughlin. Now he comes back centre field. Wow.
We've got a new bull, a rampaging bull in the paddock.
Sonny Bill who now cooks Jason Taumalolo. And I say that with the greatest of respect to SBW. Mannering centre field, but this kid is damn good. Now offloads to Johnson. Here goes Proctor. Proctor tries to offload. He has. There's a hand in there. England have got it back. Win it to Clark. 25 to go here, Daryl. This is going to be fun. This is the best job in the world. We may be at the bottom of it, but this is the best. As Charnley has tackled on the 30.
Go. Okay,
And now
Jesse.
Tompkins and working. Oh, Sarkinson. Well, that is one way to end a run. Proctor cuts him in half. And it was no magician's trick either. It was the real thing. Sarkinson again with the ball. The kid knows he's in Test football. He's only 21. Second Test tonight. Right on halfway. Now Farrell on to Graham. Tips on to Hill. Hill able to march them up to the 40. Still an opportunity this set. Couple of tackles to go. Clark to Smith right up to the line. That was promising, but that's a good ball and all tackle. Well, that's off the ground, surely.
No, that's simultaneous. That's fair play, Ferris.
I already called it. 5.
There you go. Hard to hear in the stadium. Ferris called the play, and Smith will bomb. Nowhere near the height of Johnson. It's a tester, though, for Hiku. Hiku has lost it. Play on! Play on for England! They trail by 8. They've got a full set, 8 metres out from the line. Sam Tompkins left. They mainly need one tackle. Out to Sarkinson. Sarkinson, Hall this time. Oh, has he lost it this time as well? Ryan Hall stretches out. They are going to say try this time. Another try to a winger. Ryan Hall has a double. It is all the wingers tonight, and England still very much in the contest.
So deserved for this English side. Tompkins it was who contests the football to give them another set of 6 tackles. They didn't need 6, however. They knew they had them beat. Here's the mistake by Hiku, but it's more the contest from Tompkins. It makes him take his eyes off the football, never going to catch it. And have a look here, Manu Vatuvei is actually in the middle of the field, and the quick shift is needed. And we've seen Dean Farre do this in the first half. Just catch, hold the middle and go inside, then find the outside, and it's Sarkinson delivering for Hall. Beautiful work.
Yeah, no doubts at all about the put down that time. Hall scores it. He's got another one in Test footy.
He was just making you nervous, wasn't he, when he had the same left hand just holding over the top of the ball. Good control.
24 tries now in the Test career of the Leeds winger Ryan Hall, and here goes Whittam. Wow, he's desperate for this one. Of course he wants it, but in light of hitting the post in his previous 2, the odds are he'll hit the crossbar on this one. Get all of the woodwork. This to make it a 2-point ball game. 22 and a half to go. Whittam's kick needs to swing. He's got it. Gareth Whittam has kicked it. 16-14. 3 tries all. New Zealand up by 2.
Absolutely brilliant play from both sides, really. From one end to the other. New Zealand right up through the middle, and then England comes straight back downtown. Isaac Luke onto the field, courtesy of Thomas Luluai having a spell.
And they go the mid-range restart. It comes down 15 metres out from the line, and as a result, that mucks up the plans of reception. Tompkins had no runner to throw it to.
Well done, that's good.
So what a final 22 we're going to have here. Remembering no golden point in the round-robin matches. We will have that at our mercy next week in the final if it gets that close. Graham to Smith, then to Sam Tompkins. The speed is back in the England game. Their confidence is now buoyed. Tompkins gets in a wrestle with Kenny Dow. Now they chest each other. There is Watkins wrapped up by Kenny Dow. Just inside the Kiwis half. Clark and on to Hill. His pickup after Hiku dropped it was quite superb for a big front rower. Very good work. Last tackle England. Clark, right side. Smith dabs a kick over the head of Vatuvei. Fielded on the fly there by Hiku. And other than that one drop bomb, he's had a good match. Peter Hiku.
They certainly can trouble a side, can't they? Here's Manu again, one out, putting shoulder to the wheel and running straight back into the markers or the A defenders. Their centres are the ones. Watkins has got some good footwork as well as Sarkinson. So as soon as they go to the edge, even down a short side, they're troubling the Kiwis.
Proctor going off for the Kiwis. Tohu Harris back into the game. He was fantastic in his first stint. 5 metres short of halfway. Kiwis did a quick play the ball. Luke can cause troubles. Off goes Isaac Luke. very much the Jackrabbit fear. Adam turned inside out. Now carries Widdop with him. Last tackle, Johnson. The chance to run, get away from Hill. Cut offload, or Kenny. Johnson still, the ball right out. Gets it back inside. Bromwich scoops it up. Forward will get a kick on it. Vanuma's coming through. Vanuma with a clean catch. Watkins. Vanuma dribbles a pass inside and Smith is there. Watkins has saved the day.
Oh, great work. Wasn't it lovely, the one-on-one contest with Manu. Just pushing the right arm out. Fend. Good kick from Foran. You know, when Sean Johnson come down the left here, the right, sorry, if he catches and passes, they draw a 2-on-1.
If Watkins misses the tackle there, Kiwis kick clear. Now here is Graham. If only they can get themselves in front. Widdop. And then Farrell. But, you know, first they want to win the match, but then 10 points is the magic figure, because a win by anything less than that won't get them ahead of New Zealand on the table. The kick sails down, fielded by Manu, off to Hiku. We get into the final quarter now at Forsyth Bar. First time they've had a test here since 1928, and they are revelling in the going tonight.
And they've also got plenty of energy too. Look at the Kiwis all bunched in the middle of the field, just getting onside now as Manu comes in for a hitter.
James!
Tackled 5 metres short of halfway.
Goal 2, well back.
And Luke brings Nightingale into the action again. So all those tries, 6 tries tonight, shared by the wingers, doubles to Nightingale and Hall, 1 each to Charnley and Vartuve. Offload there from Eastwood. Nightingale trapped there by his St George Illawarra teammate Widdop. Luke is starting to make merry the running out of dummy half. He's 12 from the line. Oh, he's lost it. Not so merry. Loses the ball, and England will get a scrum feed outside their 10.
The previous play when Eastwood takes it up to the right, he has this little shimmy in him, and he's so hard to handle. Makes good yards and then a quick play the ball. Isaac Luke decides to take advantage of it and head straight back towards the middle of the post. And courtesy of some attention from 3 English defenders, Christian the carry of the football. Here it is here. Beautiful step. Skips in the air. Goose step, isn't it?
Scissors.
Pushes straight on into Ferris. And here, wow, to be fair, Ferris had the second effort at it with his arm. He rips the football out. Since referee adjudicating in the favour of the English.
I'm still satisfied with the effort tonight of Bentham, the performance of the referee. Here's the run up, and what happens with the ball.
Kieran.
But I will say this, that, and I'd have to watch a replay of high shots. The 10 metres is a bit all over the place, and I know a lot of people are saying that they love the fact that we're back at 1 referee. But of games of this speed as tonight has been, it seems to be an inconsistent 10 from what I've seen, but the contest is still great.
I think to be fair on your point there, the whole tournament's had it. Vossi, however, and no team's been really disadvantaged or singled out on their own.
And now on to Graham, and a nice ball through the centre. That looked promising for Burgess to get up to halfway. Now Clark. Smith has had a good night, Matty Smith. Then Sam Tompkins on to Watkins. They're deep inside New Zealand territory again. Eastwood made the tackle. 30 from the line. Here come the England Lions. Graham, left side. Widdop, cut out ball. Sargensen. Farrell's overrun him. He's offside, I reckon. Farrell bounces up for Hiku. Hall makes the tackle. Sure, Farrell was offside. Yes, he was. Absolutely, 100% right. He was offside.
That's affected the play.
They had no block structure here on the left side when they come to Widdop with the football, so he just decides to shift it straight across. Graham it was to find some space and some depth. And don't you love the depth, maybe it is, of the English? It's really causing the problems. Hall here has a grab at the football, trying to reap it out of Hiku's arms.
On the foot, boys. Wait for the force.
Hit a battle stuff, but Farrell wasn't able to pull out of the action there, even though he would have realised he was astride in front of the kicker.
Move, James!
31 metres away from their line. Kiwis in possession. England led at one stage of the first half when Charlie scored the second try for England for the night. They led 8-6, but that's the only time they've led. Taumalolo with the ball. It's another nail-biter in the Four Nations. Last week, 2-point ball game, Kiwis and Samoa. 4-point ball game, England and Kangaroos. New Zealand get a penalty. And this is a big set of 6 coming up right now.
Good yards again by Taumalolo. And it's the work over the top that finally does the work. Well, Loosen jolts the ball free.
Okay, time off.
Well, for our viewers across the north of England, I can only imagine how tense you are watching this. You're hoping for some joy for this England side. They're close at the moment. They're so close. But don't break out the paddies just yet. Here is Mannering taking the run-up. 12 metres away from the line.
Back on, boys.
Same point last year, World Cup semi. It's the other way round. England lead and New Zealand come at the death. Here is Bromwich, 7 metres away from the line. They can go left or right here. Luke sends them right. Taumalolo will be hard to stop. He offloads. Johnson tipped on. Harris, great hands. But wrapped up by the defence. 15 away. Tackle number 3. 15 minutes remain here. Taumalolo, short pass again. Luke in a wrestle. In a wrestle again. He wants to take on 3 of them. Wriggling his way through that tackle. 10 from the line. Johnson, foreign, perfectly timed. Mannering. Oh, Matty Smith had hold of a stud to make the tackle. Foreign kicks across field. Pressure on Hall. Oh, brilliant take. That is simply magnificent from Hall. And feel the ground, the rumbling feet as Hall ran back for Tompkins. Now away to Charlie. Play of the night, Ryan Hall.
Brilliant defence and then straight into attack. From one to the other. The kick was perfect. Farah up in the air. And then Hall, safe as a house.
And now a penalty to England. Well, is that the turning point of the whole box and dice right there? Hall, the take. Now they're going to be on the attack in New Zealand's half.
Tompkins just with the energy. Here's New Zealand's attack. Foreign goes to the line. And just how does Smith hang on to Captain Mannering? Work over top and Tompkins sees him pull up short.
Taumalolo taken off again by New Zealand. Blair was sent out there as his replacement, so a short stint there for Jason Taumalolo. This is George Burgess. Can he produce a South Sydney grand final try right now for England? It was Sam Burgess last year who scored in that World Cup semi to put them in front. James Graham now, 10 metres away from the line. 16-14.
They're set left.
To go. Left is the call from Darrell. Burgess with it. 5 away. Luke around the legs. Clark is dummy half. O'Loughlin captain. They miss out him. Winner. Beautiful ball. Ferris to Tompkins. Not able to get through. Brett Ferris switched to the left side. Almost came up with a huge play there. Winner back in front. A juggle from O'Loughlin. On the bounce to Clark. Clark thought about kicking. Now tries a little step. Defence is regrouped. England not their best set of the night. Last tackle. 15 away from the line, inside the final 13 minutes. What a thriller. Matt Smith kicks across to the side of Nightingale. He's got it this time. Nightingale with a take. Well, he does. Well, the better option possibly is the 20-metre restart, but they ruled the penalty for a mid-air tackle.
There was a great wall there from New Zealand. There was no way, really, any of the English, Sarkinson, Hall, or anyone were going to get to Nightingale. Have a look at this. He's clean. Johnson, Farah, blocking the guys coming through. And then no eyes for the football, and Sarkinson just hits him. No damage done, really.
And as it turned out, it was the better option for New Zealand to get that penalty and gain another 15 metres from the kick. And now up to halfway in the space of a few tackles. Milking the call there from Phil Bentham. Now Bromwich on to Blair. And Blair is 40 metres away. Oh, got flow. Offload. Hiku is inside the 30.
subtle and late. Adam Blair.
11.5 minutes to go. Does perhaps next scorer win this one? Luke. Trapped there by Ferris. 3 tries all. A goal the difference. Johnson. Bromwich. Kiwi shed here in Dunedin. Mannering with the ball. This is quite daunting for England now to face this. They're running towards the zoo end of Forsyth Bar Stadium. Blair to Johnson. Johnson, the little kick. Beautiful trap. It could have been Messi with a trap. And I mean Messi, the footballer, has Widdop come up with it.
Now, Vossi, I just want you to explain, when you say the zoo end, I hope you're not explaining that we've got animals at the football here.
No, it is the university end of the ground.
Goal 2.
And they can be a little wild. The University of Otago students. In a good way.
Goal 3.
England with the ball.
Off the ball, Jesse.
Graham up to the 30. Smith, they're on a roll, but Forward and Kenny Dow. Kenny Dow's come up with some big tackles tonight. On that left side, some good decisions he's made in defence. This is Thomas Burgess.
With 10 to go and plenty of football for the English. He's going to have some more to make as well.
Now to the right, Matt Smith. Oh, he may have been tackled in the air there, I thought, after kicking by Blair. Vanuve underneath it. No report. Smith's in not great shape. Slowly to his feet.
And watching Bentham here, the referee, he hasn't made any signal at all. Seemed to be fair.
Oh, Hickner left it behind. And Nightingale comes up with the ball. So Kiwi's in possession, 30 out. Some of the English had criticism last week that the referee missed late challenges on Kickers. Johnson, now he can run. He's offloaded, look out. Here comes Faray. Faray chased by Tompkins. Sam gets to him. New Zealand 15 from the line. Johnson right, Foran left. Foran's got it, will take the run himself. England on the ropes. They're wobbling, they're staggering. Lucas dummy half. There's 9.5 to go. Johnson to Faray. Harris with the ball. England, oh, this is magnificent if they hang on here. In boxing, they're applied the count. 1 tackle to go this set. Hiku gets it. It was meant to go to Johnson. Hiku kicks it between the posts. Well, that is an entire breakdown. Hiku got in the way of the playmaker.
That is a brain snap from Peter Hiku. What are you doing? You should be on the end of the kick if Sean Johnson's in position to kick it, not stealing it from him. Brilliant work from Johnson on the right edge. Just absolutely fantastic. Simon Mannering pushing himself through to the line. This is Tompkins over the top earlier for him.
Move now, Isaac Square.
They've got plenty left here, England.
Yeah. Well, you talk about your bid at redemption. Can you get New Zealand back for that World Cup defeat? You can never exact revenge. That was playing for a World Cup final spot. But we're going into the final 10 with a 2-point ball game here. It was 4 points the difference over at Wembley. Now Widdop. Oh, the ball's gone forward. It's gone forward a long way from Sam Tompkins. The urgency to get it to the outside. They come unstuck.
So some of the rules in DR, when the ball's coming outside.
Time off.
Luluwai back into the fray. Just who will he come in for? Will they play Luluwai and Luke at the same time?
Yeah, well,
in the dying
very
stages.
Strong these last 10-15 minutes. He's really come into his own. Scrum right on halfway. Luke with the ball. Into Hiku there. Hiku trapped. Trainer coming across to deliver bad news to someone.
I couldn't take Luluwai off. He's been best on ground for mine when he's been out there.
On to Bromwich. Bromwich 42 metres away from the line. Met front on by James Graham. Play slows down for just a moment. We've barely had time to catch our breath in the second half. Kenny Bromwich is the player who's going to go off. So Luluwai and Luke will be out there at the same time for New Zealand. Luke right side. Johnson. Johnson out in front. Faray to Nightingale. Looking for a hat-trick. Kicks back in field. Bounces there. Tompkins is with it. Tompkins comes back from the end goal. That is Super Rugby League with a capital S.
Fantastic. Foran over the top with a slap into the back of Tompkins. And it's on.
Here they go. In front of the zoo. Oh, the animals are hitting the cages. The Howler Monkeys kiss or a push, if you like.
Okay, Joe.
And it ended like this.
Yeah.
Just a little slap. Not too sure what has upset the one they call Foz, Kieran Foran. Makes a good tackle on Tompkins as he's bringing the ball under the post back into the field of play.
I've got to tell you that from the zoo, one of the animals got out, and he hasn't got much fur. We'll just leave that for the papers tomorrow. So a hold-up in play will give the players a break. The striker, meantime, has run the whole distance before he's been tackled by 5 defenders. This was the ground we had the streaker at 2 years ago, and Ruben Wiki cleaned him up. What about the work of Tompkins?
And the work of Foran over the top here to make the tackle. Resenting the tackle, Foran, and there's a little push from Tompkins. I suppose it's nothing, and it's nothing on the way back as well. But it just initiates a little bit of biff.
Yes, mate.
Was it Joel Tompkins who ran in with a hit? The brother, looking after the brother.
Yes.
I think the caution will be just relax, as we had in the first half.
Yep.
Angry reaction, just relax.
We sometimes adjudicate on very little, do we?
Yep.
Now, last night at the team dinner for the Kiwis, there was a guy called Mark Broadhurst, the famous Kiwi, who handed out the jumpers. If he sees the game stopped for this, what do you think?
Wow.
He's still working in the freezing works, would you believe, at Belfast.
Is that right?
I mean, he played for Manly and a couple of brutal games there against Newtown.
The 81 game.
Okay.
Hang on, we'll listen to this.
Okay, you've got to stay at them situations. Okay.
Joel Tompkins it was, looking after his brother.
Mate, just telling your brother because he ran in, that's all. This is it, mate.
There you go.
Ready?
There you go. And that's all it is. But Broadhurst versus Bowden, one of the most celebrated punch-ups of all time from 81 at the SCG. So there you go. Bentham's handled that. We've had a streaker. It's given the players a 2-minute break or maybe longer. Here we go. 7.5 minutes to go.
First, Kevin!
Tense test match football tonight in Dunedin. New Zealand lead by 2. Burgess of the Thomas variety, almost back to halfway. Now Clark on to Graham. To Matty Smith. Tompkins, Watkins, quick hands. Charlie wants to take them on. Met by the 4 and offloaded. Watkins has put it down. New Zealand forced the error. And the crowd goes up again.
Accidental offside.
The attack was perfect once again. And they unleash on the outside in terms of Charlie. The D had come up, and you see them all come up and close down, which is fine, because it gives the players in behind time to get across. Look at that, Manu can come in. Foran is on the outside, and he's got Luluai in behind as well. When they shift it straight back in, well, he cops it straight in the mush. Does Callum Watkins.
Good use of the word mush. On the mush. The equation right at the moment. New Zealand, if it stays the same, straight through to the final, it would mean Australia a win by any margin tomorrow, go past England, and for Samoa, they would have to win by more than 8 points. 6.5 to go, penalty, New Zealand.
Working in and over the ball.
Time off, we're ready to go.
7-5 penalty count, sorry, Daryl.
There's still a twist to come in this game.
Okay, mate, time off.
Just a little bit of execution letting England down in their play.
Come on, Daryl, ski that.
Jeez, I'd love to see this stadium with 30,000 in it. Boy, it's an atmosphere here tonight. Tohu Harris.
James!
Great input off the bench tonight. The young Melbourne Storm forward. Luke to the right. This is Mannering. The mention at the top. Now number 5 on the all-time appearance list.
Goal 2.
26 away from the line. Foran is tackled by Clark. Another big tackle. 19 metres away from the line. 5.5 to go. Home team up by 2. Blair almost puts Harris away. 9 from the line. Luke to Johnson. Johnson inside to Mannering.
5. Off we go.
Great defence, England. Ferris there, front on, over the head. It came out to Proctor, offloaded Johnson, scrappy Kiwis, Nightingale with it, they're going backwards. Hiku's got the ball, he'll kick this time, he got it through. Charlie runs at it, backs himself and comes up with the ball.
Only had one option, didn't he? Needed to pick it up on the fly and get going.
Goal.
And did well doing so as well. Here's Watkins into heavy traffic. Blair, Nightingale, Harris.
Kiwis close to sealing the deal for Wellington next week.
Jason!
Again, they could lose here and still seal a berth. At the moment, it's looking that way that they will do it with a victory. Take everything else out of the equation. England with the ball, tackle 4, 25 metres out from their own line. Is there a player here who can chip over the top? A little bit of daring. Burgess to play it. Thomas, 35 from the line. Clark to Smith. The safe play. Kicks downfield. It's not his longest. Manu Bay goes back. Will run it back for the Kiwis. Manu runs hard. Is met hard. 30 metres from the New Zealand line. 4 minutes to go.
18 hit-ups for the match for Manu Vatuvei. Good numbers from the big guy. 125 metres. Didn't have the happiest game in the first half. Redeemed in the second.
16-14. Kiwi chant again. 4 metres short of halfway. Luke on to Harris. Another surging run by the hairy one. 41 from England line. Luke, Mannering, they go safety first in this set. Last tackle. Now there's only 3.5 remaining. Johnson says there's still time to test out my brother Sam again. Sam Tompkins comes up with a catch. But another set starts for England deep inside their own half. Sarginson comes back. 15 out from their own line. Widdop now to Hall. Hasn't been as busy tonight as he was last week. Tackled there by Mannering. Another tackle for the captain. He's made 37 tonight. Chance on the right side. On bounces awkwardly. No knock on in it. England hang on to the ball. It could have gone either way there. Tompkins driven back by Blair. Blair gives him what for as well. Watkins has got it. Can't position Charlie just yet. Tries to get on the outside. He ran over the sideline. He ran over the sideline. The flag went straight up as Charlie went downfield. But it's called back for a New Zealand scrum feed with 2.5 to go. England need to stop the clock.
Don't you think the crowd are clapping the touchy? It was going to be a bit of footwork from Watkins. And here just puts a boot in touch before he feeds it back into Josh Chandley. They really have some skill, don't they? Left and right centres.
That's the test match touch judge of the year right there. Deacon and McNamara. They can't watch. They can't watch. In the north of England, they're listening, but they're not watching. They can't have their hearts broken again. They can't come this close, can they? 16-14. Kiwis with the ball. High pass there to Johnson. Now Hiku. 3 tries all. You've got to keep reminding yourself about that. Last week, England went right to the wire with the Kangaroos. They lost by 4. 31 from the line. Luke at dummy half. They will go left. Foreign keeps it tight. A little way on the end of that. They've just slowed things up a little. They don't need to score. Luke, short side. Foreign. Kenny Dowell headed back infield. Tries to get around Graham. Ferris is there with the Bulldogs front rower. 19 out. Still 2 tackles left in this set. Luke to Johnson. This is Harris. Harris, front and centre. Last tackle. A kick to the in goal could be deadly as far as the England chances are concerned. Johnson is the player to deliver it. It's cropped up. Hang on. Widdop has cropped up. He's over the 30. Widdop has tackled short of the 40. There's still a pulse. They're still alive. Send the priest away. Don't deliver the last rites. Smith has got it out to O'Loughlin. In fact, Tompkins is tackled 39 metres away from the New Zealand line. Back to centre field. They'll have one last red-hot go. Hill with the ball. 30 from the New Zealand line. 4 tackles down now. 1 minute to go. Graham offloads O'Loughlin this time. O'Loughlin offloaded. Graham on the ground passes. That is quite superb. Smith to Watkins. Watkins 20 metres out. Almost loses his shots. That's not quite so sensational. Taken around the legs by Kenny Dowell. This is Smith. He offloads. Is it the last tackle? Clark's offloaded. Tompkins, now it's the Smith from the line. Maybe their last shot. Smith kicks across field. He'll look for Sarginson. Batted back for Tompkins. Kept the line for Graham. Wraps around with Winnett. Winnett throws it forward. I thought to Sarginson. Kept the line for Hall. Back to Graham. Graham's going to bomb it to the right side. Here comes Charlie. It's off Vanube. It's gone forward. Penalty. Penalty to England. Penalty to England. But a draw's no good to them. A draw would be no good, so no point going for the goal. Or is it good enough? No. Well, they'd have to hope that Samoa beat Australia tomorrow, so someone has to do the maths very quickly.
This is it, boys.
Do we want to kick for goal, draw, and have Samoa win tomorrow? Or do we go for the win?
Oh, where do you start and where do you stop on that passage of play?
Joel.
They take the tap. This is it. This is the last roll of the dice. And Graham has lost the ball. Graham gets up. Gives Phil Bentham a goalful. But New Zealand is through to the final. The crowd erupts at Forsyth Bar Stadium. What a night of Test match rugby league. And England's chances rest in the laps of Samoa, coming up with a narrow victory over the Kangaroos tomorrow. 16-14, New Zealand beating England, 3 tries all, and only a Johnson conversion. The difference between the teams in Game 5